In this video I'm going to share with you guys the progress I've made converting my basic 2-car garage into what I can now confidently say is my new studio. Surrounded by chaos. So let's check it out. You would have seen in previous films in this series that this space has just been absolutely chock-a-block full of stuff. And from this angle, what you're seeing is a fairly clean and organised space. And really that's what I've aimed to achieve here. I wanted to get this side of the room organised so that I had lots of good clean angles and plenty of light and a good sort of open working area I could kind of get started, you know. But it's not finished yet, it's still a work in progress. If I swing the camera around, you'll see that this side behind you here is a different story. So this is the view from the other way, and ultimately my bike will be here where all this stuff is, and you can see down here that's the gap. From just this stuff here is what is left to deal with, and a lot of it I'm going to sell and get rid of one way or another, and just consolidate basically, and then continually organize all these shelves here. So I'm getting rid of all these old tabletops, they're going into a hard rubbish collection, and then I'll just be able to basically sort everything that's in these shelves here and finally have everything organised. It turns out this space case, which we've had for, I don't know, maybe 15 years, it's been all over the country with us, absolutely fits perfectly in this gap here. Look at this. Now it's a big heavy duty case, and I use it for storing, you know, heavy tools and recovery gear and things like that. But I needed to be able to get in and out quickly and easily, so I could open the lid. So I built a dolly to go underneath it. Look at Archimedes, he said give me a lever long enough and I'll move the world. So I was really stoked at how that turned out. It just couldn't have been more perfect the way it fit in there. You can get lucky sometimes. So I built these shadow boards here and attached them to the wall so I could keep all the tools that I use on a regular basis right here where I can see them and can grab them at any time. Not digging through drawers or pulling out toolboxes, right here where I need them. The best thing is that the boards are just screwed to the wall with a few screws. So if I ever change my mind, want to put something else there, or I want to do something different, I can take them off and there's only going to be a few holes in the wall. You won't even notice it. So this is my main workstation where I do, you know, video editing and pretty much everything else on my iMac here. And I wanted to get the speakers up at sort of head height so that when I'm sitting here, they're at this height. And rather than sort of put them on stands next to the computer, I thought, well, I'll just build a shelf up that high and then I can put other stuff up there as well. So up behind the iMac there, I've got all my external hard drives, and they're all up out of the way and you can barely even see them. They're sort of hidden behind the Mac there. And then I put another shelf further up just so I could have, you know, some photos and things like that. My little Land Rover Defender up there, which my daughters gave me for Christmas, and I spent quite a few nights building in front of the TV. It was good. All right, I know you want to have a look at it. Yeah, it's very cool. Got suspension, steering. It's even got a little winch on the front there. Whoops, it's falling apart now. How good's that, eh? Wind it back in. I was quite surprised at all the gears and everything it's got. Like this, it's got a full gearbox. It's got actual diffs that actually work like diffs. See them in there? It's amazingly intricate. So they say it's a 6-hour build, but I'll have to be honest and say it took me more like about 20 hours, I think. Mainly it's just trying to find all the pieces. There's thousands of pieces and a lot of them look similar and you're trying to find them in the pile. Do I want that one? Do I want that one? But anyway. I also built these shelves up the top of the wall here as an awesome place to keep books and DVDs and even maps just up out of the way. Easy enough to get to, I can see what's up there, but they're not taking up valuable wall space further down. I got my map of Australia back up, which I'm very happy about because I like to sort of dream about where the next trip's going to be and reminisce about places I've been. Now the blue line there is our big lap trip, which was a 16-month trip, and the green one here, that was our SA Outback Adventure trip where we went across the Simpson Desert. And we've been on heaps of other trips, but these are just the ones we've made films about. I reorganised all the stuff that was sitting in the middle of the garage and managed to consolidate it down into that corner, taking up about half the space it was before and really freeing up a fair amount of floor space for me here. But most importantly, I got my motorbike out from underneath all the junk, and it's now front and centre and nice and clean and shiny, and yeah, it's an easy ride straight out the door and down the road, so that was a win. I also installed this cabinet here at the end of the bench where it's easy to get to. It was previously buried down under all the stuff behind everything else, and it's quite handy here because it's easy to get to, and it's out of the way. I can easily get past it through the door, but it's a place I can store anything that's valuable, and I wouldn't want to get into the hands of unwelcome intruders. Yes, in case you're wondering, it is actually a gun safe. That's its intended purpose. I also installed the server box up here on the wall. Now it's originally used for computer servers, but I've repurposed it into a chemical cabinet. I wanted a box, a storage area that was ventilated and up out of the way, but I didn't want to put them in a cabinet that's going to, where fumes would build up and potentially be a bit of an explosive hazard. At least this way, if anything's leaking or whatever, I'm going to smell it. It's going to come out through the vents. It's not going to build up in there, and I can sort it out. Now there's still quite a bit to go to finish the whole project. I've got to finish lining the ceiling with plywood and insulation, which will completely insulate the whole room. The foil is doing a pretty good job. It's not as good as obviously it will be when it's finished, but it's a whole lot better than if it wasn't there. So I need to finish that, but I really couldn't do anything with that because there was so much stuff in the room. I just couldn't get a ladder anywhere. At least now I'll be able to get a ladder to about sort of 80% of the room, which means a couple of solid days work and I'll have most of that ceiling finished. I need to get a split system installed, which is going to go up here right above the TV. I left a space there up on the wall for it to go, and I've measured it up. Little one will fit in there nicely, so I've got like climate control in here. I need to dust seal the doors, and I'm going to use some rubber sheeting above the roller doors there to seal those. So I'll show you when I do that. It'll be an upcoming video. I need to finish lining the wall behind all the shelves over there with plywood. That'll be one of the last things I do because I will need to pull those shelves back away from the wall obviously to get in there, and I can't do that until I've gotten rid of everything else. But otherwise we're most of the way there, so this is a bit of a milestone. It's like a halfway point. I can now start working in here and actually getting things done and being productive again, and then the rest of those things I'll just chip away at them over the next few months, and I'd say 3 or 4 months from now the whole place will be completely finished. So when I first started this project, I really wasn't sure what I was going to call it. What is it? A garage? Is it a man cave? Is it an office? The thing that it is the most is the studio. I think the studio is the word that says it best, and the reason is because the studio is a creative space, and this is like my creative zone. I'm going to make a lot of films in here. I'm going to get organised for expeditions in here. I've got my map here on the wall to plan trips on. Everything is about sort of creating new things in this space, and so I think studio is the word that describes it best. Now, if you're wondering what's inside the cabinet, let me show you.